some of the people who are pointing fingers are the worst possible auctioneers in this country. In fact, their names are synonymous with corruption. If you ask a small child in this country what they know about that person, they tell you that is a thief. And then they are the ones standing and telling us, oh, Parliament is corrupt.
Well, is it a lie what the Nairobi senator and the SG of ODM party has said? That some of the people who are coming out calling out corruption are the proprietors of the same thing that they purport to be fighting. The other day, President William Samoei Ruto in the Devolution Conference just said that members of parliament are so corrupt. Of course, it is true they are corrupt. That some of them ask stipends, ask to be bribed for them not to be so tough on the MPs that they agreed or who are alleged to have embezzled public funds or have questionable character. Anyway, Sifuna is continuing to inject on President William Samoei Ruto. Let us listen to him.
She asked, who is this that is bringing corruption to the judiciary? We in Parliament have also been accused that we are rent seekers, that we go to ask people for money. I want the president to tell this country, who are these people who go and ask his cabinet secretaries for money? They are his cabinet secretaries. Who are these people that ask governors for money? Let them tell us. Let them tell us. To make blanket accusations, and I want to say this. You see, personally like Sifuna, I had taken a public position on Gachagua way prior to the impeachment. Are you telling me you paid me to do something I already wanted to do? Had I not gone on record objecting to some of the things that were coming from the pulpit of the deputy president? I had said it. Was I going to demand that you pay me to impeach Gachagua? So, Honorable Kalonzo, some of these things that people say, they are besmirching the entire house. If somebody has come to ask you for money, say Sifuna asked me for money. There's a cabinet secretary who claims when they come to the Senate that somehow we ask them for money to be nice to them. I am a member of the Public Accounts Committee. Our proceedings are live. Those of you who have watched those proceedings, do you see a nice Sifuna? Is that what they pay me to do? Anyway, it's a difficult conversation, but we need to all agree that some of the people who are pointing fingers are the worst possible auctioneers in this country. In fact, their names are synonymous with corruption. If you ask a small child in this country what they know about that person, they tell you that is a thief. And then they are the ones standing and telling us, oh, Parliament is corrupt. All of those committees in Parliament, except two, all of those committees in Parliament are headed by members of his party, the president's party. All of them. Agriculture, lands, whatever it is. So, he should have a PG with his team first of all, before he calls all the members to go for PGs, join PGs.
With all the national intelligence that is tabled on William Samoei Ruto's office every morning, why isn't he able to mention those members of parliament who are so corrupt to subvert the will of the people? Because we don't need to have corrupt leaders amongst us. We don't need to see corrupt leaders taking monies, public funds meant for the benefit of the mwananchi. The president has all the powers to make sure that the said leaders are prosecuted and justice is seen to have been done. So, if a whole president can stand up and start complaining, lamenting about corrupt leaders, then what are we supposed to do as a citizen?
It is a shame that the president is saying that, whereas every time there is a bill that is against the people, he is the first person to offer those bribes ili vitu yake iende vile anataka. Tumepitisha bills za kuongeza ushuru. Saa hii kila mtu hapa kuna payslip analia. courtesy of those bribes that happen in the National Assembly. Tumepitisha bills hapa, hata finance bill ile ilikuwa imeambiwa na wananchi hawataki, courtesy of those bribes. Si ni kweli? So mimi naomba, let us be genuine when we are doing leadership. When you expose these people, ni vile umemalizana na wao kwa sababu wamemaliza nguvu kwa ground. That is the reason why unasema sasa nyinyi mko useless, mmepewa pesa, mmefanya hivi.
You know, let us be very honest with each other. We had the finance bill 2024, the one that brought an outrage and broke it into a revolution. We had MPs confessing that they were actually paid up to a tune of 30,000 shillings. You know, people who have passed the bills against the will of the people. We had the issue of Gachagua's impeachment. MPs also, some of them, confessed that they were paid. By whom? The president himself, William Samoei Ruto, who is now coming to tell us that members of parliament are corrupt, are being bribed. It is true. Most of these members of parliament are corrupt. But kindly, would you name them for us, Mr. President, starting with you? And I'll echo what Sifuna began by saying that if you just mention some people's name and ask a kid in this nation, do you know this person? They will tell you that is a thief. For instance, ask a kid who is President William Samoei Ruto. Let them describe him. They will tell you this is an abductor. This one is a killer. This one is a thief of public funds. They know. Or do you think kids are stupid? They know as much as we know. So the president should spare us these roundabout games. And by the way, for those who have been taking bribes from President William Samoei Ruto, he's simply trying to, dump you. He's already used you. You like a tissue paper. You are of no use now. Now they want to dispense you, gearing or warming up for 2027 campaigns. It is obvious he wants a second term. And for him to go to the second term with a popularity that is already dwindled, he needs to use each and every tactic he can come across to make sure he convinces the people that he still got them. And it is those leaders that other people elected are the ones who are messing up his administration. He is looking for a scapegoat. So, we should not be people who are so myopic to see that the president is trying to cover up for himself by calling out MPs that they are bribed. Yet, he is the initiator of this function of bribery. And as the leaders have said, he should come out and call them and also include himself in that list. I don't know what's your take on this. Kindly give me your thought in the comment section below. If you're watching from my YouTube channel and you love content of this nature, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.